Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 50 Shades of Tay. I'm Taylor Gonzalez, and my guest today plays Ben in the brand new horror film Primate. I am so excited to be joined by Miguel Torres Umba. Miguel, how are you doing today?
Very good, very excited, very happy to be here with you. Thank you for the invite.
Oh, well, thank you for joining me. I had so much fun seeing Primate in a theater. I actually got to see it on the Paramount lot, and it was packed. I think it was sold out. And it was just such a crowd-pleasing movie. There were so many cheers and gasps and like people getting grossed out and squirming in their seats. Have you had a chance to see Primate in a theater yet with an audience?
Not yet. I've only seen it once.
Mm.
I'm in the UK. I've only seen it once when it got screened for us, for the cast, and it comes out this Friday.
Oh,
So I'm looking
wow.
forward to coming to the theater on Friday. I'm turning up with a bunch of friends. Yeah, can't wait for to see it with an audience. I haven't, like Johnny kept saying, like it's just so great each time with a different audience is different. I want to experience it like that. I'm very excited about that.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you definitely have to go opening weekend to see it with the audience. That's cool that it hasn't opened yet in the UK because then you get to like, I don't know, get to see different countries' reactions to it and different audiences, like how they, engage with it.
I'm interested, yeah, because the British audience is very different to the US audience. So, yeah, looking forward to see how they react.
Oh, that'll be so fun. Are you a big horror fan yourself?
You know what? I was never a horror film fan, but now I am becoming one. Especially after doing one, I'm like, oh yeah, it's okay. It's not. I know how it's done.
Oh my gosh.
But being terrified on screen, I think in Colombia there used to be lots of myths and legends, and you had these superstitions. So the last thing I wanted to do was just to fill my head up even with more of that. But things like Get Out and Nope, and these things are or The Substance, even though it's not horror as such, but like these things are definitely creeping into my things to watch.
Yeah, those are all such great movies that you just listed. But I did want to talk to you about the audition process. So when you were auditioning
Yes.
for Primate, what was the audition process like? And did you know exactly what you were getting into? Like, did you know it was going to be a Primate? Did you know the title of the film? Like, how much did you know going into this?
So nothing about the film, not about the studio. Didn't know who was directing it. All I was told is that I needed, if I was able to come to an hour workshop. They were going to do like a group workshop first, with some individual times afterwards, and it was going to be a workshop on, and I needed to do monkey-like movement. That's what I was told. So this came through my network. I mostly have done theatre up until now. And so I was contacted by a colleague of mine who happened to be the assistant of the movement director for the film. His name is Joss, and the movement director for the film is Alex Reynolds. So they collaborated, and they were kind of casting their net wide to try to find the right performer from the dance and theatre networks, just because somehow the usual suspects for creature performers weren't quite fitting in what they were looking for. So that's how I got reached. And so he said, can you come tomorrow? I was like, yeah, sure. Can you do monkey movement? He's like, yeah, sure. He said, hi, are you 5 feet? And I was like, I can be. And I shrank a little bit more. I'm 5'1", 5'1". So I was just above what I was looking for. But I came to the audition, and yeah.
Oh, that is so cool. How do you prepare for that audition when you're told, going into it, you have to do like monkey-like movements? What do you do to prepare physically and mentally for that?
I tell you what, the thing is, I've done a lot of that before. I've done loads of different characters here as monkeys and chimpanzees before, like more theatrical, like in theater. I used to do a lot of carnival arts and big parades. So in Colombia and here in the UK, lots of carnival arts. So I've worn different monkeys. I even did one party. I have to tell you, I haven't told anyone this.
Uh,
With Grace Jones was the main singer, and I was dressed as a colorful monkey. There was three of us. We had this Chinese pole, so we were climbing up and down, and she was doing it's a private gig, and she was the headliner for that. So I have a photo with Grace Jones and being a colorful monkey.
oh
So
my
I've
gosh.
done it before. I've done stuff like this before.
Oh, that's incredible. That's such a cool story.
Yeah, I even
Uh,
forgot about why haven't I forgot to tell this story before. I should have.
oh my God. Yeah. And now people are hearing it here first. So that's awesome. So you
Nice.
get cast in the role of Ben. And how do you tell your family, how do you tell your friends like what you're about to go and do?
Well, family first. I mean, obviously, I was like very excited to let them know, especially because it's like my first studio film. So I have never worked for a studio like this, so to have that opportunity was just like amazing. It's the kind of the one opportunity one is looking for as a performer, as an actor. And so yeah, I told them very excited about what we were going to do, and they were very very happy for me. In terms of the character, as soon as I was finding out more and more, it just became more obvious what it was. I think initially I thought it was probably going to be like CGI or something, but then they said no, the reason they were looking for the person to be specifically the height that I needed to be and that I am is because it was all practical. So yeah, they were very curious throughout the process. My niece is a makeup artist and she wants to go into this kind of effects, so she was just like in awe, constantly like wondering on how do you do that, like tell me more. Like she was just so looking forward to see the behind the scenes, which she's now I can show her. So yeah, so family very excited, friends as well, and a lot of them, they didn't feel surprised again because I've been monkeying around in inverted commas since I've been little, and so they were like, yeah, it makes sense, if you were going to, yeah, life makes sense, of course you're going to do that role.
Ah,
So yes, they were very happy.
that is so cool. And that actually leads perfectly into my next question. Because when I was watching the film, I was trying to figure out how much of what I saw on screen was you in a suit, and was there anything digitally added, or like was there any CGI moments that like they couldn't figure out how to do, with a human in a suit?
No, all the physical work that you see is just me in the suit. There's only a couple of moments where the facial expressions have been just enhanced. The mask has an animatronic, so there's an amount of gestures that they can do. I control the mouth and how the mouth opens and closes. They do some of the actions in the nose and the cheeks. The eyes are my eyes. But there's like very specific expressions like the hooting. Ooh, like this, it's really hard to get with the animatronic, so they just had to enhance it. And moments like that, and clean it up, like the bridge between my eyes and the mask, for example, just they had to clean it up a little bit to blend it to make sure it just didn't look like a mask. But that's it. That's it.
Wow.
Everything else, there was meant to be a scene I think they were gonna do, which they were gonna try to use more of a digitally version, and they did a full scan of me in the costume and everything. But in the end, no, they stayed true to the practical. So yes,
Wow.
it's all me in the suit. A couple of moments is my stand double, because obviously there's some moments that it had to be the stand double to protect me as well from getting any injuries. But the rest is just it's me.
That is incredible. I love practical effects in movies, especially in horror films, because I feel like it really just makes it feel more real for the audience. So to know that that was you in a suit, that is so cool, and it just looked so great on camera. The whole time I kept thinking like, what am I looking at? Like I couldn't figure out how they pulled this off. It was like a magic trick. And so it's so cool to learn, how it worked. What was the costume like? Was it comfortable? Was it, tight? Was it itchy? How did it feel to wear that?
That was the most it's a horror film. That was the more horrifying thing. It's definitely it's not comfortable at all. It's beautiful, as a piece of something that has been made by over 50 people were involved in the making of the costume in different continents. Mainly in the UK, Millennium Effects, they the makers of the costume, and they are the experts. So it's got layers. So I got my base, my bottoms, like the legs and the feet that are covered. I got two layers, one under layer that I wear, and then I wear the trousers that have all the fur. Every piece of fur has been plucked individually. So it's really beautiful. My arms, they've been cast, and so they create these very specific gloves that extend the fingers to make them longer. Then I have obviously the t-shirt that you see, and then the mask, which is the hero piece, isn't it? So I've got about three different masks. One, which is our hero mask, is the one that's got more expressions. The one that is smaller, because obviously the more motors there is, the bigger it looks,
Yeah.
and we needed Ben to look smaller. So we were constantly battling between more facial expressions or making him look smaller. And we had the attack mask, which was one where the roaring is bigger. So every time I opened my mouth, it looked even bigger. So we were just constantly swapping between one and the other. But when I'm in the mask, when I put on the mask for the first time, it's claustrophobic. Like in there, just imagine I can't hear anything of what's going on outside. The air is very little, so I can't breathe much. If I make any noise, immediately so loud in my ears. It's just so loud in my
Mm.
ears. I've got contact lenses that are the widest they could ever be, and my field of vision is reduced and is blurry. So my senses are completely shattered, and at the same time they're overloaded. I have these earphones so that to protect my ears, but also to hear
Mm.
instructions from Johannes or from Alex. But I could also hear the floor, so I was hearing a lot of conversations happening everywhere. The motors, they're like zzz, 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 they make noise all the time, so you have this thing going on in your head. It's really uncomfortable, and it get hot so quickly, so
Oh, I
quickly.
can't
The
even.
heat,
Oh, I can't imagine
it's
that.
it's no, no, no. It's not comfortable at all. The weight on my nose, it bruised my nose throughout the filming process because it was so heavy. We had to put something to help level up. Basically, it's not comfortable at all.
Oh no.
And being in the chin position because we don't
Oh
have
yeah.
CGI. When you see other films like Planet of the Apes and stuff, they've got CGI, so they work with their proportions. They have these extensions. So sure, it's heavy on the legs, but not so much on this one. On this one, I really had to crouch down as much as possible. So imagine just be for takes and takes and takes really small, and my legs are just burning. I'm overheating. Oh my God, it's just that was the most horrific part of the whole process.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine what a like physically demanding role.
Yeah,
But it pays
yeah,
off because it's
it does.
such a
Yes.
fun film, and I really think if they had just gone a different way with this movie, with like doing it all CGI or I don't know, just a different way, it would not have been as fun and it would not have worked. So all your hard work,
Mm.
yeah, really, really pays off in this film. And I think as more people see it when it opens up, like you said in the UK and other places, people are just going to fall in love with this movie because it is such a fun horror film. What a fun way to kick off the year for horror too, because
Yes.
it's a January release, which is really exciting. Without going into spoilers then, since it hasn't opened everywhere yet, did you have a favorite kill? You don't have to say who or anything, but maybe like just give a little hint of which kill was your favorite.
So I have, my favorite kill was definitely in the room, in the room with all the red lighting and a
Hmm.
character called Drew. Yeah, that was really good fun because it was fun to play with him, with Charlie Man. He was terrified and he was brilliant. It was really brilliant. He is a great improviser. I was always improvising. We were testing. We were just really, and in the scene, Ben starts playful, and like all the moments where he just goes fully vicious, which is like, okay, he's going like that. In this one, he's sort of playing with his prey, so to speak.
Hmm.
He's just playing with Charlie, and he doesn't know what's coming for him. And that was really good fun to play. And then to go from like I'm being playful to then being really vicious,
Yeah.
and then trying to be funny and sarcastic about it. That was brilliant. That was really
Oh,
good fun.
okay, that was my favorite kill too. I thought it was like executed, get it executed, but like perfectly. And
It was executed.
oh my gosh, you and Charlie Man in that scene just so good together.
Yes, it was really good fun.
So when you're
And
filming, oh yeah, go ahead.
well, no, I was gonna say, and the other another one of my favorite scenes is in the trailer actually, is
Mhm.
with Johnny and the hand, and I think that was really special because of the acting work that we had to do because we were layering the relationship between Johnny and Ben from the beginning and that sense of trust between them, and with a simple gesture like holding the hand, that holding the hand was just like, so we're building it up, and
Uh-huh.
so we developed it into that moment. So it really, when we read the script, we were like, okay, if we want to get there, let's stop for playing that relationship and that connection. And so for us as actors, that felt really fulfilling.
Oh, that's great. When you're filming this stuff, I know like you're in the moment, you're following what's on the script, but then when you finish it and you see the final product up on the screen, do you, I don't know, does it change like how graphic and how violent it was? Or when you're filming it, do you know in your mind like, oh, this is gonna look sick? Like how does it feel filming it compared to actually seeing it on the screen?
Filming it is fun because you see the effects being made. You
Uh,
see the puppet, you see the blood, you see the people doing it, and you're like, oh, it's just some rubber. Oh, that's fun. You don't. I didn't see anything horrific. Or I was like, yeah, it's fine. I'm smashing this puppet's head, right? There's the scene where it's just. I was like, yeah, cool. It's just a puppet, and So you never think it's going to be that graphic and that horrific. When it got put together, oh my God. Like, it was just like, yeah, literally, I was like, this is too much. It's too much. It was so good. I love it because it was like so nice to see it being made,
Mm.
but like the impact and the effect of those moments, so good. So yeah, so much. Yeah, definitely scary and bloody and gory. When we were making it, it was fun and
Mm.
look at us.
Yeah.
Wow, really good. Yeah, Johannes did such a great job on that.
Yeah, he did such a great job. And I was honestly shocked with how much you guys went in with the violence and the gore and the blood. Because, it's a big studio film, it's a Paramount release. So normally those are pretty, like they go
Tame.
there. But yeah, I would say tame. But then this one I felt like really pushed the envelope and really went there. So I was really happy to see, that you guys didn't hold back. It didn't cut away. Because a lot of horror films now they'll cut away and they won't show what's happening and you're supposed to like infer with your mind, what happened to the character. So for this movie to show it and to use practical effects to, tell the story and show what happens to these characters, just such a fun time in the theater.
Yeah, brilliant. I think that's definitely the big win of this film. It's just reminding us all that, like, we're in the era of CGI and AI, and everything is being so digitalized, and yet this has such a great impact, and people love it, and there's human talent behind it, and it's just the best, to be fair.
Yes. Before we go, I did want to ask, I know you've been very busy the past couple weeks performing The Wedding, and I just was wondering if you could just tell me a little bit about that project as well.
Yeah, so this is part of a theatre company I work with. The company is called Gecko Theatre. They have 25 years here in the UK. They have a particular style that is quite well known amongst the circuit of theatre and physical theatre. I've been with them for about 9 years. This is the third show I've done with them. And the wedding is basically a metaphor of the relationship we have with the state. Actually, is the wedding is a metaphor for like that, yeah, that relationship and that contract we sign with the state or with the system, out of which sometimes you want to escape but you can't. So it's quite relevant to the times we live in, to be fair. Even though the show was made 10 years ago, it's still very relevant. It's physically beautiful, like it's all visual. In the show we speak different languages. It's eight of us, everyone speaks a different language, but the narrative is carried through the images. And it's a tour de force. We start with an hour and a half from beginning to end, and I'm on stage non-stop. And it's this place where I'm like either being the central character, or I'm being a puppeteer, or I'm coming back to being an ensemble and a very like energetic dance piece. So it really trains you as a performer for that stamina that you need to have. And it's beautiful. Like the end result, the audience respond to it so well. We finish, there's a big clap, and we feel the love immediately, which is something new with Primate. I'm just learning the difference because obviously we finished filming a year and a half ago, and it's now coming out, and I haven't even seen it with an audience yet, so I'm yet to have that moment of like elation with an audience. But yes, that's the wedding, and it's
So
part of
cool.
the background. It is really cool. So I'm hoping that off the back of this run that we just did, we'll be touring. Hopefully, we'll go to the US. So for sure, I'll let you guys know if we make it there, because
Yeah.
it's a very special piece of theatre. Yes.
Oh, yeah, that sounds really cool. Yeah, hopefully you come to the US with it because I would love to see that.
Yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
but Miguel, I can't thank you enough for taking time out of your day to join me and talk all things
No
primate.
worries.
In the meantime,
Thank you.
where's a good place for people to come and follow you and keep up with all your other upcoming projects?
Instagram is where I'm mostly putting stuff of what I'm doing. I opened a TikTok. I didn't have TikTok until last week, and I was like, maybe I should. But definitely it's not populated yet. So Instagram is the place. So Miguel Torres Umba on Instagram, and I do have a website, but you can find that link there too. So there on Instagram, follow me. I'll be once the film comes out here in the UK, I'll be posting some images of the behind the scenes and talking in more details for those who are interested in how we made it happen. So yeah,
Oh,
definitely look out for that.
so cool. I'll make sure to put a link in the description of this video so people could come and follow you and yeah, see all the behind the scenes stuff because the bits and pieces that I've been seeing people who worked on the film post are so cool. But everybody be sure to go check out Primate when it opens up near you. It's in the US right now in theaters in the UK this weekend. Thank you again, Miguel. It was so nice to meet you.
Thank you, Taylor. Really
Thank you.
appreciate your time. Thank you, brother.
Have
Bye.
a good day. Bye.